Minister, President of the Guyana region, ladies and gentlemen, dear customers, dear colleagues. As you have noticed a few moments ago, ATV Albert Einstein was separated from our launcher. It's now going to carry on its way towards the ISS, where it's going to be docking in about 10 days exactly, where the crew is waiting for it, especially Luca Parmitano, whom we've listened to a moment ago, and who's very much looking forward to his share of the ATV gastronomic plunder, which was very much commented on by the media. Obviously, I'm very happy about that success, the 55th in a row for Ariane 5, which Ariane 5 keeps breaking records of reliability, but also of availability, since tonight again, after a perfect countdown, the launcher left exactly on time. But it's also a performance, because with Albert Einstein, a payload of 20.2 metric tons was lofted into space, which is the first time ever in Europe, the heaviest load. Tonight we can be proud of the European space industry, and this is really an accomplishment. Tonight we can be really proud of the European space industry, which has planned and developed this complex mission throughout. I would like to thank and congratulate Astrium in particular, which is both the prime of the Ariane 5 ES launcher and of the ATV cargo. So I'd like to congratulate Astrium for this twofold success, but also I'd like to congratulate the European industry at large. We have many industry representatives among us tonight. I can't name them all, but I can see the representatives of Safran and RUAG among others, and I would like to thank them. Now I'd like to thank the ESA for its ever-renewed trust and its staunch support. I'd like to express my gratitude to Jean-Jacques Dordain, Director General of ESA, for having encouraged that spirit of cooperation which drives us today and which makes possible extraordinary achievements, such as the one we've just witnessed. With Albert Einstein, and the name, by the way, was chosen by Switzerland, and I'd like to greet the Swiss representatives we have with us tonight. With Albert Einstein, we are launching the 4th ATV for ESA. A 5th and last one will follow next year, and with that commitment of ESA and of its member states, this wonderful project can live and thrive. And I'd like to insist on the following point for Arianespace, but all the stakeholders in the space policy. Nothing would be possible without the European states, without ESA and their national agencies, and I'm saying that also to Jean-Yves Le Gall. Many of you will have noticed that this launch tonight was sponsored by the Mulhouse-Alsace agglomeration within the framework of its presidency of the Community of the Ariane Cities. Now this community, CVA, is a link between citizens, institutions, and industry, and I'd like to thank Minister Jean-Marie Bockel, who is a senator of Haut-Rhin and who is also the president of Mulhouse-Alsace agglomeration. I'd like to thank him for his presence among us, and he's also with other elected officials from the Ariane cities communities, and I'd like to greet them as well. And last, for the second successful launch that I'm attending as the Arianespace CEO, I must underscore the immense assets that Arianespace has, and to start with, its range of launches. Nearly a month ago, day to day, I was in Kourou for the second successful flight of our light launcher Vega, and I said that the weight of this launcher this time was unheard of before, but I will be back in Kourou on the 24th of June for the first Soyuz mission, and for the constellation of satellites to bridge the digital divide. And this constellation makes it possible to launch any type of satellite to any type of orbit and meet the requirements of all our customers, state and business customers, to provide citizens with increasingly powerful applications. Before giving the floor to Jean-Jacques Dordain, I would like to thank again all the women, all the men who have made this wonderful success possible tonight and who are really the essential links of the European space adventure. Your commitment and your professionalism owe you everyone's admiration and respect. You are the symbol of a Europe that innovates, a Europe that keeps its promises and therefore wins. Congratulations.
Thank you, Stéphane. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ATV launched by Ariane 5, 4 successful launches. So bravo et merci à Arianespace. Bravo et merci.
Bravo and congratulations and thank you Arianespace, thank you CSG and CNES, thank you the industry of launchers.
Under Astrium as prime contractor. So as Stéphane said, it's 55 successes of Ariane 5, which is a fantastic demonstration of reliability, fantastic demonstration of robustness. As I said this morning, success does not mean no problem. A campaign is always difficult. We don't know any campaign without any problems. There is no routine. Nothing is for granted. Nothing is easy. And if it looks easy, because today you have seen everything is smooth, including the weather, by the way. But if it looks easy, it's only thanks to the expertise. And the expertise, this unique expertise is with the people. Expertise is not in the books. Expertise is not in the computers. Expertise is with the people. This is around 2,000 persons of 20 different nationalities working together every day. But it's 20 nationalities, 2,000 persons with only one objective, to make a launch and to make a successful launch. And that common objective is the best way to make these people working together. That is Europe, Europe of people. People from Europe giving their best to put Europe in space. And that we see that with the mission of today. So the mission of Ariane 5 is over now. I am glad, I must say, because it was a 213. And since you know that I am superstitious, when yesterday Jean-Yves told me in the plane that it was a 213, I must say that, okay, I started to be a little bit more scared than usual. But okay, it works. So the mission of ATV4 starts. I am waiting for the confirmation of the deployment of the solar panels and the deployment of the antenna. That is supposed to arrive 34 minutes after the separation, and I shall rush to my colleagues to get that information, because when the solar panels are deployed, we have power on board, and when we have power, we have time. Meaning that when we have a problem, we can find a solution. So I shall tell you when that is arriving. But then, it will be the rendezvous and the docking, and we have discussed that that will take place on the 15th of June, conducted from CNES in Toulouse. It's a very delicate phase. It's a unique phase. There is no equivalent of the rendezvous and docking made by the ATV. And for that we need even our partners. It's not only European capabilities. We need the capabilities from Russia, we need the capabilities from the United States, and all together I hope that we shall make this rendezvous and docking. And after it will be 5 months of operations attached to the International Space Station. As you have seen, it's transfer of hardware, transfer of fluids, reboost of the space station. But also I have understood that for the astronauts, the ATV is a place for rest, because this is a place where there is no noise and they can rest much better than in the space station. And I think that Thomas had this experience. And in October, the mission will end by the automatic controlled re-entry of ATV in the atmosphere. But automatic does not mean without men and women. I would like to come back to that. Automatic means that the vehicle is intelligent, but totally under control of the men and women on ground. And be they operation teams or engineering team. So this is what will happen in the next 5 months, and I hope that it will be as easy as tonight. Now, I would not like to say that this is the last mission of the year for ESA. We shall be back here on the 25th of July for the launch of AlphaSat, which will be the biggest telecommunication satellite made in Europe. And that is also a partnership between ESA and CNES, again, for developing the platform of AlphaSat, which is AlphaBus, and that is a total partnership between ESA, CNES, and the telecommunication industry. But it's also a partnership between ESA and Inmarsat to make this satellite AlphaSat. So that will be on the 25th of July. Then we shall have the launch of Swarm, the fourth of the Earth Explorers, then the launch of Gaia, the launch of Galileo. All that will be made in the next 6 months. But also the shipping of ATV-5 from Bremen to Kourou. This is the longest part of travel for ATV-5. It's 7,000 kilometers, while the space station is only 400 kilometers. So I think that at least coming from Bremen to Kourou is the longest part of the trip of ATV. But there will be also the preliminary design review of MPCVSM, that we have said that the heritage of ATV will be with the service module of Orion, and we shall have already the preliminary design review in November this year. Just to say that still a lot to come. A lot to come, and a lot to come thanks first to the member states. Again, nothing of that could happen without the member states, and we have here the representative of France, obviously, but also representative from Germany, representative from Switzerland, Sweden, and but all the member states are present in Kourou, and I would like to thank you very much for your support. I would like to thank also the regions, because some regions are contributing to what we are doing, and also the cities, and I take this opportunity to mention the communities of Ariane cities, and today represented by the Minister, Mayor of Mulhouse, and I have understood that each time that there is a launch, there is a tree from each city. And it's like in Baikonur, there is a tree for each astronaut, and here in Kourou, we have a tree for each city. That it's certainly, and I hope that there will be a forest very soon here in Kourou. I would like to thank again CNES, Arianespace, industry, my colleague of ESA, but also DLR, because I have got the information that the cameras which have been put on board by DLR have worked, meaning that we shall have fantastic image taken on board of the different events which took place tonight, which is